Direct variation equations number 1. Let's remember that the first thing we have to do is find that sentence that tells us which is x and which is y. And that's the sentence that tells you that something varies directly or that something is proportional. The first sentence in this word problem is, the weight of an object on Mars varies directly with its weight on Earth. So I'm going to highlight that sentence. And notice that the first thing that comes in the sentence before the words varies directly is the weight of an object on Mars. So that's going to be your y variable. And then the weight on Earth is going to be your x variable. Let me go on to read the word problem. It says, an object that weighs 50 pounds on Mars weighs 150 pounds on Earth. If an object weighs 120 pounds on Earth, write and solve a direct variation equation to find how much an object weighs on Mars. When you see these words write and solve, it's a two-part question. So the first thing you have to do is write the equation. To do that, we're going to start with the basic equation that are for direct variations, and that is y equals mx, where m is your slope, x is just your x-coordinate, y is your y-coordinate. And when we have an equation on the coordinate plane, we're always going to have x and y in the equation, with a few exceptions, and m is your slope. So we've already determined that x is our weight on Earth, and y is our weight on Mars. So if we go and look at the information that's been given, an object that weighs 50 pounds on Mars, and Mars was our y, so 50 goes here, weighs 150 pounds on Earth, so that was our x, so 150 goes here. We're solving this equation for m because we need our slope, or our constant of variation. Divide off the 150, simplify, and m is equal to 1/3. Writing the equation isn't done, though, until it's in this form, where we now know m. Okay, well, m is right here. So the equation is y equals 1/3 x. So we've replaced the m with our slope. Step 2 is to solve. And they want us specifically to solve and find out if an object weighs 120 pounds on Earth. Well, Earth was our x variable, let's recall that. This is the equation we're now using. So we say y equals 1/3 times 120. We do that math, it's 120 over 3, and y equals 40. And your final answer is going to be in words. Y represented the weight of the object on Mars, so you're going to say 40 pounds on Mars.